Yo, what's up, hunters? Now, today I have a video on an article that I found kind of interesting. Now, I want to do more videos to give you like more information, reading articles, reading, blog posts, patch notes and stuff like that and everything. I have a little experiment, okay? Now, if you're new here, I'm dyslexic, just to let you know real quick. And if you know how dyslexia works, I'm not the greatest reader. I can read okay, but a lot of words I stumble over or I may forget. Like, it's just a whole thing. But enough said about that. I'm gonna use AI. Let me. I know. Some of y'all probably won't like it, but this is one of the best ways I can do it. If you came across, I don't know if I still have the video up on my channel, but I try to do one of these like reading patch notes for Warhammer 40k Space Marines 2, and it didn't go too well. So I want to try this out. Some Monster Hunter WoW players are skipping the in-game weapon grind because they just freaking hate how they look. So the in-game weapons, some people are not liking how the weapon looks. I think some of the weapons look cool, some don't, but let's see what he has to say and what, other people have to say, because he probably has some quotes in here.
Monster Hunter Wilds campaign is, in a sense, a bit of an extended tutorial. That's not to say it isn't a blast, but chewing through the second half of it myself, I get the distinct feeling I'm only just scraping the tip of the gear-grinding iceberg before the endgame. And an endgame certainly exists, in the form of Ardean weapons. Yet some players are choosing to skip them in favor of fashion. These Ardean items require you to knock over tempered high-level hunts to grind for parts, as is RPG tradition. They can then be upgraded with RNG-dependent boosts that'll wall you off from the stat line you want if your luck's anything like mine. Mercifully, dismantling them gives you back your upgrade materials, so it's not all bad. But I can definitely see myself doing some gambling at the Forge once I've wrapped up the campaign. Or maybe not, seeing as Monster Hunter Wilds doesn't have layered weapons yet. See, eventually, players are able to unlock layered armor, essentially a transmog or glamour system, saving you from looking like a neon freak show that tumbled through a fantasy hot topic. Weapons, however, don't get this treatment, which is a problem, because some of the Ardean weapons are uggo.
Now, I'm going to say, I guess it is a small problem, you can say, but hopefully in the future they will introduce layered weapons like they have armor. And I just thought of something. What if they have like R10 like armor? That'd be pretty cool. I don't know how much effort that would take to implement that into the game, but layered weapons, that's what we're on, okay? Like some people like it. Of course, we see this. Some people aren't gonna like it. I like how some of the weapons look. Like I have a insect glaive that I crafted, a R10 insect glaive. Looks pretty cool. I like how it looks. It has like the pole in the middle that's like windy, and it looks cool if you've seen it. But not everybody's gonna like that. I understand that. And layered weapons would fix that problem, eliminate that. Number wouldn't have to complain. But I will have to say, you don't really have to farm for it. Okay? You don't really have to farm for it because the weapons you get from the monsters, you know, at the end of like the trees, they do pretty good damage. And first of all, you have to craft that to even farm for the parts to get the R10 weapons in the first place. You have to fight the tempered monsters and everything. So let's see what he has to say. Let's keep going.
That's maybe a little unfair. Not all of them are eyesores. They're definitely hedging towards a very specific steampunk clockwork tech aesthetic. For some of these weapons, that looks rad as hell. But fashion is a vital part of Monster Hunter's endgame, and shoving players into any one aesthetic is always going to be unpopular. I don't care how good they are, I'm not using them, writes one player on the game's subreddit to the tune of over 14,000 upvotes, sparking a flurry of agreement in the thread itself. They certainly make me wish I could change the appearance of my weapon, adds another. One even praises Capcom for making their class of Ardean weapons suboptimal. Gunlance has been blessed with the Ardean weapon being worse than the endgame monster gunlances. While I'm not there yet, I can at least confirm secondhand that our build guides don't mandate Ardean weapons. Take this hammer build guide, for example, which suggests a fully upgraded Arkfeld bonker instead. Not everyone agrees yet. In that very same thread, the local switch axe enjoyer is happy with their lot. Bro, I have a buzz axe chainsaw, how is that not rad? Another fellow stubby waxer concurs, for real, I don't get it. Our shit is dope as fuck. They're not the only ones. A separate thread sees Ardean weapon enjoyers rising up, though even Ardean enjoyers concede that layered weapons would solve this issue with literally zero negatives. The biggest gaming news.
Okay, well, we have a divide here in the community, in the subreddit, and that's a lot of upvotes. 14,000. I mean, it probably has more now because this article is a couple days old. But you see, some people don't like it and some people don't mind it. But at the end of the day, like the people who do like it, they can see how if they just had layered weapons, it would fix everything, you know? But some of the weapon, now I haven't crafted every weapon in the game. I want to, I will get to that at some point. But I will say they're not suboptimal, but like I said before, like the weapons you get from the monster are pretty good, you know, but you can really refine your weapon with the stats. Like he said, you know, he had pretty bad luck, but there are ways around it, people found out. And the stats on the weapons are kind of set. Like if you go and craft a insect glaive like I did, if I would have started, you know, exit the game and crafted it again, you know, if I would have left the game without saving, came back and, you know, crafted the weapon again, I would still have the same stats. So what people are doing, you know, they're going in the game, crafting these artian weapons, you know, in one category, like the insect glaive, they craft like, you know, 4 to 10 of them, let's say. Each one will have its own like set of stats on it, and you can see which ones like the stats you want, and you can exit the game and be like, okay, so if I craft the stats I want was on number 7, I seen it was a perfect roll for me, but I don't want to waste all those materials. So I can go back into the game and craft all those insect glaives. Then when I get to 7, I know 7 is the one I want that has the perfect stats I want. Craft all of it. When I get to 7, craft 7, boom, I'm done. But that's really like hardcore stuff. Now, I may do it for like one weapon, maybe, and I'm not going to keep doing it and doing it, you know, but I'm not going to lie to you. I probably would do it once for one weapon, but you know, they are not suboptimal, especially you can get exactly the weapons and stats, the attack affinity, the elemental damage you want, then plus that with the extra stats on it. It's like icing on cake, but a lot of people aren't gonna want to go through that. Okay, I know. And some people, they just see they look at the weapon and they just say, no, I'm good. I don't even want to be bothered with that. But let's keep going.
Personally, I think it's pretty clear that not all of these things are made equal. While I do think the Switch Axis buzzsaw looks dope, and I'm fond of the silly clockwork hilt in the charge blade, as a budding dual blades main myself, what happened? Image credit, Capcom. These things look like bent pool noodles dipped in metal, except someone stuck a battery-powered fidget toy to the hilt of them, and I can't for the life of me tell what they're meant to be powering. Their only purpose seems to be burning your hands with all the sparks they're spitting. Utterly dripless. Hopefully, layered weapons will be coming in a future patch to save me from fashion hell. That, or I'll just use a rank 8 weapon and skip the grind entirely.
Okay, so I mean, I look at this picture of these dual blades. They look okay. I'm not really that big of a fan of them, to be honest, but like he said in the article or whatever, they're not all equal. You know, some may look better than others. Like I said, I crafted a insect glaive and I think it looks really dope. But I look at these dual blades and I'm like, I, they look okay. Would I really want to craft them compared to like the weapons you get from like the monsters and stuff? Probably not, because a lot of those weapons look cool, like the ones from the monsters. But this is all opinion, okay? I'm kind of like in the middle. Some of them look cool, some of them don't. I do see how if you're in the end game and you really want to mid max your build, well, you're gonna have to go with the Arton weapons and stuff. And at the end of the day, if you're looking at the stats, they are worth it. You know, they are worth it, but the weapons you get from the monsters are pretty good too. You have to beat, you know, tempered monsters with those weapons to even get the parts first. So they are good, you know. I still have my arc veiled charge blade. Works pretty good. It has like 200 damage. And you may say 200 damage should be like 400 something. Yes, you can go into settings and actually change how it shows your damage numbers. It can actually show like what your actual damage is going to be, your attack and stuff. And instead of showing like those big high numbers, I just set it what it's actually going to be. So like for the charge blade, I think the highest one you can get like is 210, something like that. Correct me in the comments. I can't remember. So I'm not in the game or looking right now. But you know, that wasn't a bad article at all. Let me know in the comments how I did with this video and if you like this or don't. Like I said, I suck at reading. You would have hated me if I tried to read this myself, and I would have hated myself going back and trying to edit all this because it would have been so choppy. But yeah, this you can go in the comments, let me know if you like it, if you don't, if you think there's a better way I can do it, or if you don't want me to do it at all or whatever. But leave me a like if you want, or give it a dislike. I really don't care. Subscribe to, ring that bell for more videos. And I just want to find a way to give y'all more information, articles, you know, patch notes and stuff like that. But with that said, everyone have a good day or night whenever you're watching this video. Peace.